Most people believe anger makes them strong. It doesn't. It makes you predictable, easy to control, and the one who provokes you, they win. The truth is, the strongest person in any room is the one no insult can touch, no disrespect can shake. So, how do you become that person? Let's break it down the Stoic way. Seneca once said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Let that sink in. Most of the pain from an insult doesn't come from the words themselves, but from the way your mind chooses to interpret them. If someone calls you worthless, it's not those 7 or 8 letters that hurt. It's the meaning you attach to them. You replay the words, you give them power, and suddenly you're carrying the weight of another person's bitterness on your shoulders. Stoicism trains you to pause in that moment and ask, what's really happening here? An insult reveals more about the speaker than the target. When someone lashes out, it's usually because they're wounded, insecure, or envious. Their insult is a mirror of their own turmoil, not a true reflection of your character. Think of it this way. If a child shouted nonsense at you in a language you don't understand, would you feel insulted? Probably not. You dismiss it as meaningless noise. That's exactly how you should treat most verbal attacks, as static, irrelevant sounds. Like a car alarm blaring in the distance, it might grab your attention for a moment, but it doesn't define your day unless you allow it. The power of an insult ends the moment you refuse to carry it forward. When you strip away its emotional weight, you realize it's not worth more than a gust of wind passing by. The insult isn't yours, it belongs to the one who spoke it. Leave it with them. Epictetus gave us one of the simplest but hardest truths to practice. Some things are in our control and others not. This is the core of Stoicism. Yet look at how we live. Most of our stress comes from obsessing over what we cannot change. Think about it. Other people's opinions, the tone of their voice, their moods, whether they accept or reject you. None of that is yours to control. But we cling to them as if wrestling with these things will finally bring us peace. It won't. Every second you waste trying to control the uncontrollable is a second stolen from your inner calm. What do you control? Your response, your choices, your mindset. That's it. That's the territory of your freedom. If someone disrespects you, that's on them. But if you choose to respond with patience, self-control, or silence, you reclaim the situation as yours. Epictetus compared it to being an actor in a play. You don't control the script, the stage, or the other characters. You only control how you play your role. If you try to dictate the entire production, you'll go mad. But if you master your performance, you find dignity, peace, and strength. Ask yourself, why give my peace away so cheaply? Why let another person's words or mood hijack the one thing I truly own, myself? When you stop chasing control where it doesn't exist, you free up energy to build where it does. Your discipline, your values, your resilience. And peace, as Epictetus reminds us, is not just desirable, it's priceless. Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who ruled the most powerful empire of his time, began his mornings not with comfort, but with preparation. He reminded himself, "Today I will meet people who are selfish, rude, arrogant." Why would a man of such power start his day like that? Because he understood one thing: you suffer less when you expect the reality of human behavior. Most of us walk into the day with unspoken expectations. We expect people to be kind, polite, fair. Then reality hits. A colleague undermines you, a stranger cuts you off, a loved one snaps at you, and suddenly you're thrown into irritation and anger. The problem wasn't their behavior, the problem was your surprise. Negative visualization isn't pessimism, it's armor. By anticipating the flaws of others, you disarm their ability to shake you. If you already expect arrogance when it comes, you nod and move on. It doesn't pierce you. If you already prepare for selfishness, it doesn't poison your peace. Try it yourself. Spend 30 seconds each morning reminding yourself, today someone will be rude. Someone will disappoint me. Someone will try to provoke me. When it happens, you won't be shocked. You'll be steady, ready, unshaken. That's how Marcus faced his empire. That's how you can face your day. Here's a truth most people don't realize. Anger starves without reaction. An angry person needs fuel, your outrage, your defense, your counterattack. The moment you give them silence or indifference, their fire fizzles out. Think of the times you argued with someone heated. Their words got sharper because you kept feeding their flame. But if you had met their rage with calm, or even better, with nothing, their anger would have had nowhere to go. Silence is not weakness. It's a weapon. Stoics mastered this art. They understood that you can't always control what comes at you, but you can absolutely control whether you absorb it. If someone insults you and you smile, if someone tries to provoke you and you stay unmoved, you've already won. You've denied them the satisfaction of dragging you down. Indifference doesn't mean you don't care about justice or truth. It means you refuse to play the petty games of anger. It's a discipline of power, because the strongest person in the room is never the loudest. It's the one who stays calm when everyone else loses control. The next time someone comes at you with anger, ask yourself, do I want to fight fire with fire, or do I want to let theirs burn out on its own? Your indifference is their frustration and your freedom. Stoicism isn't something you read once or post as a motivational quote. It's a skill you develop every single day. Think of your mind like a muscle. If you never exercise it, it remains weak, vulnerable, and reactive. But when you train it deliberately, it grows resilient, disciplined, and unshakable. Start with journaling. Write down the moments that triggered you: anger, frustration, fear, envy. Don't just record what happened. Dive deeper. Ask yourself, why did this make me react? Was my response helpful or harmful? Could I have chosen differently? This reflection is more than self-critique. It's mental conditioning. Each insight you gain strengthens the part of your mind that chooses calm over chaos. Over time, this practice rewires your reactions. Situations that once sparked panic or rage will no longer faze you. A rude comment at work, a friend's criticism, a traffic jam. It's no longer a personal attack. Your mind has learned to step back, analyze, and respond with clarity instead of impulse. Daily mental training also builds foresight. You start noticing patterns in people and situations, understanding the triggers before they hit. And when that knowledge meets discipline, you realize something profound. The world may be chaotic, unpredictable, even hostile, but your inner fortress remains intact. This is how Stoics live, not by avoiding challenges, but by confronting them with a mind trained for composure. The strength of your mind isn't measured by how calm you appear to others. It's measured by how unshakable you are in the moments no one sees. Practice this every day. Reflect, journal, and recalibrate. Soon, anger and frustration won't just be manageable, they'll become irrelevant. That's when you'll know your mind has truly become a fortress. Here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, pay close attention to the moments that usually trigger you. When someone insults you, cuts you off, or tries to get a rise out of you, don't react the way you normally would. Don't argue. Don't justify yourself. Don't let your temper flare. Instead, respond with complete calmness. Watch what happens. At first, it might feel strange, like you're holding back a part of yourself. But soon, you'll notice something incredible. The person trying to provoke you will start losing energy. Their anger won't find a foothold because you're not giving it one, and more importantly, you'll feel it inside. You'll feel control you didn't know you had. This isn't about pretending you're unaffected. It's about recognizing that no one has power over your inner life unless you give it to them. Their words, their moods, their petty attempts at domination, they're theirs to carry, not yours. Remember this. Strength is silence. Power is restraint. Freedom is the ability to remain unbothered. That's the mark of someone who has trained their mind, who has learned to reframe insults, anticipate negativity, and respond with indifference. That's you, if you take on this challenge. 7 days. Observe, reflect, respond with calm. By the end of the week, you won't just see the difference in others. You'll feel the difference in yourself. You'll know the true weight of inner power and how unstoppable it makes you.